y'all, it's me Alex. Today I have a tutorial on this look. It's a bit different from what I usually do. It's a bit more out there, a bit more weird. I had this idea because I think it's like super wintry and cute, but I'm not like the biggest winter person. I always like freeze to death every single year. So this is more of like my take on winter, more of like a frostbitten snow elf type thing. I don't know what I'm gonna call this look. You'll see in the title. But anyway, without further ado, let's just get started. So for my first step, we are going to work on eyes. So I'm going to start out with my Urban Decay Eyeshadow Primer Potion. Best primer of all time. And let me turn off the heater because I'm wearing a sweater. Okay, so what I'm going to do after this, I'm going to take my NYX Retractable Eye Pencil in black, and I'm just going to use that to tightline my eyes. And I'll do the same thing on my upper lash line as well. Okay, now I'm going to go into my Urban Decay Full Spectrum palette, and I'm going to use the shade Minx. Yeah, I'm going to apply that in my crease using the Sony Akashic Fluffy Brush. And I'm going to take it onto the outer corner as well. Now for my lid shade, I'm going to go into my BH Cosmetics Galaxy Chic palette, and I think I'm going to use this shade Electra, which is this light blue shade here on the bottom. And I'm just going to use my little e.l.f. eyeshadow brush and apply that all over my lid. Look how shimmery and gorgeous that is. Now we're going to go back with more from the Spectrum palette, more of Minx, and just kind of blend that a bit more. And I think we're going to need a little bit more of the Electra in there too. I just kind of like going back and forth and building it all up. Now for my brow bone shade, I'm going to use this shade Bump from the Full Spectrum palette, just this matte white shade. And I'm just going to apply that along my brow bone there. And I'm going to use the shade Meteor on the lighter part of that shade as my inner corner highlight. Now before I finish off my eye makeup, I'm going to go in and I'm going to do my foundation and my face makeup and all that. And all of this is very important, so I'm going to show you how I'm doing it. So first thing, I'm going to use my Too Faced Hangover RX primer, and I'm just priming my face with that. Look at all that redness coming out. Okay, so for my under eye area, just to cover up anything extra, I'm going to use my little e.l.f. Creamy Concealer in the shade Yellow. And I'm just going to bring it down like that. Now for my foundation, I'm going to use my Kat Von D Lock-It foundation in the shade Light 48. Holy Grail foundation right here, and I'm going to use my Ego Tools custom coverage buffing brush, and I'm just going to start from the middle and blend it out. And I'm gonna put that over my lips as well. And to conceal, I'm gonna use my NYX HD Concealer. I have it in this shade CW03 Light. And I'm just gonna put that in a triangle shape under my eyes like that. And I have a little zit hanging out on my chin right here. So we're gonna tap that in there too. And I'm just gonna blend it in with my foundation brush. Okay, so to set all of this pre-highlight, I'm gonna use my NYX HD powder on a Real Techniques powder brush. And I'm just going to, since this gets moved around a lot, I'm just gonna tap a little bit like that into the lid and just okay, so on the lower lash line, we're gonna go in with an e.l.f. Smudge brush with the shade Mix. Okay, and then I'm gonna take the blending brush with the shade Metamorphosis just to kind of blend it out. And I'm gonna go with Minx again a little bit in the crease, just to kind of blend everything together. Okay, so we're not gonna do a whole lot in the way of highlight, but we are, or like face products or anything like that, but we are gonna have one really fun little highlight. We're gonna use this Colourpop Super Shock Cheek in the shade Honeymoon. I played with this a little bit, so I'm hoping that this is gonna show up like I want it to. And I'm gonna use my Real Techniques setting brush, because that's what I really like to use for highlight. And we're really just gonna kind of pack it on because it has like a nice blue shift to it. Look at that. Look how like space agey it looks. I love it. And I'll put a little bit down the nose as well. Okay, so back to eyes. I'm gonna curl my lashes. I should use a mirror for that. Okay, so back to eyes. I'm gonna curl my lashes. And I'm going to use my Urban Decay Perversion mascara. Now for everything else, I'm just going to use my Nye White Pigment. And that's what we're going to use on the brows and the lips, and I'm going to try putting it on my eyelashes a little bit too. And I'm using it on, right now I'm going to start it off on my lips, and I'm going to use this Nye FB7 brush. Okay, redo. I'm going to try it first using this NYX white eyeliner kind of like as a lip liner, and then pack on the pigment on top of it. And yeah, I did not test this out beforehand. I only tested this out in my head. So I think that'll help the pigment go on better. So let's try that again, shall we? There we go, that's much nicer. Okay, so we're going to take this over to the brows, and for that I'm going to use this IT Cosmetics Airbrush Angle Liner Brush, and I'm just going to apply that like I would. This will probably look even better if you have like naturally blonde brows too. Okay, and I'm going to use that on my angle brush once again, and I'm going to apply that to the very tips of my eyelashes. And I'm going to do a little bit on the lower lash line as well. Now I think I'm going to dot on a few freckles using the pigment as well. And I am going to go back and make my brows look like slightly more there because I didn't realize how, like, you know, much they wouldn't be in focus on camera. So I'm going to start with the shade Neptune on the angle brush. And I'm going to set the powder on my lips and just see what happens. And I'm going to tap a little bit of Neptune onto the center of my lips. Alright y'all, thank you so much for watching. Please be sure to give this video a thumbs up if you liked it and subscribe if you want to see more videos from me, and I will see you on my next video. I hope you'll have a wonderful day. Bye!